Hey everybody, welcome to Dicks, Dorks, and Destinies. Today's episode is coworkers, and speaking of dicks, I'm here with my three friends.
I'm Dick number one, the best of all.
Dick number two.
And the shortest.
it's it's not how you use it. It's
Oh man, someone's taking
Hey, look,
too many
hey, look,
chapters out of the good book.
Look, it doesn't matter how short I am. I'm very satisfying.
yeah, it's not the size of the sub. It's how you sink it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Till you
though,
hear the
just a
vibration 5 minutes later.
snack.
All right, so we're going over coworkers today. Who wants to go first?
Not yet.
I once had a coworker at was working at a restaurant, right? And I was running the place. Well, I come to find out that my coworker, which I really should have fired him, but goddamn, I was trying too hard not to laugh. I caught him having sex in the produce cooler with his wife, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you did what on the lettuce?
I came on
Just
it.
wash it off.
I gave it some extra
Like-
flavor.
Like, when I heard that, I was sitting there going, what is this, Ted? Put your
Possibly.
finger in the tag of my loophole? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, no. And then he proceeded to tell me after I had a conversation with him that this was not the first time he had done this, that he has done this at every single food joint job he has ever worked. He was just adding it to the list.
It's like a ritual, like a family ritual. It's a thing we do with our family.
That is not a family ritual or something you would do with a family.
Well, I suppose for him, he wasn't a family because, he had a kid too. So, hey, I'm going to bang mom in the cooler. Hold on, kid.
Dad, I'm hungry. Can we go home? Yeah, here's some lettuce.
Oh, hell. It's got extra protein.
I mean, he's not the only one that's had sex with a coworker at work. I've done that.
I believe you.
We don't.
You, of all people, I believe.
I mean, it was at a certain facility. At the meeting table in the board of directors room.
I started to say, don't want to hear you getting it on with a geriatric.
No, this wasn't the nursing home.
And it wasn't for
I
a pudding
would
cup.
hope.
No, it wasn't for a pudding cup.
Jesus. Oh, my God.
What flavors do you have? Tapioca?
This tapioca tastes funny. Just shh. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just take it.
Don't-
Take it all in.
Don't worry about how chunky it is.
Oh, my God.
I can honestly say I've never had sex with any coworker of mine, nor have I found any attractive enough to have sex with them.
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't blame you half, but then again, I'm assuming with what you do, that they's beefier than you, so they're probably scary.
And then she whipped out a dick that was bigger than mine.
She had a penis. Some old country song. She had a penis that was bigger than mine.
So, Crash, don't you have like a dick that you work with that you complain about a lot?
Yeah.
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 Is it attached to him?
No, we're pretty sure that's really his name. He just doesn't go by that.
Right, because his name is, that's the nickname for his name.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, he's,
Hey, Dick, get to work.
Stop playing with her willy, Dick.
It's more like Dick just can't stop bitching. But yeah, go ahead,
yeah,
Crash.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. His latest stunt got him moved to a different line. So that way he can take his time setting up the next truck.
Oh wait, isn't he? Yeah, he's the one that you've told me about that takes forever to set up his next line
Yep.
and whines to the managers and supervisors when
That
someone
we
else
set the
sets it
truck
up.
Yep. Yep.
They did my job for me.
No, he wants to sit and wait till a few minutes till it's your turn to come back before he gets the line set up.
Oh, okay. So,
up.
Yeah.
He wants
But
to
he's
go
been there,
and... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He'd been there about 10 years.
In my experience...
He's been pulling his willy for 10 years and not doing a damn thing.
His
Well,
name's been Dick the entire time he's been alive. I'm pretty sure he's older than 12.
If you add up all the weeks he's missed, he's probably only worked there 4.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I believe it. It's not good. Not good at all.
Nope,
Yeah,
that sure as shit ain't.
He don't really talk to me anymore, so that's a plus.
Uh,
Well, at least you
all
got
you
something.
gotta do to piss him off is just keep wearing Georgia shit around him.
I can't wear anything with logos when I'm on the clock.
Why?
It's a branding thing. I don't
So
know.
you mean I can't walk in there with a Hooters short crop top?
Nope.
Oh,
You-
what the hell!
No one wants to see you in that, Ken.
Look, you're only
No one wants
saying
to
that
see you in
because
that.
look, you're only saying that because you know I'd look prettier than you. Fuck off.
We're gonna have to get a soundboard. We're gonna have to get a soundboard because I need like just a clip of milkshakes.
No. For that with a soundboard, we need the
A theme
best
song.
Southern line ever. Especially with him saying he would look pretty in that.
Oh God.
And you got a pretty mouth, boy.
You got a real pretty mouth, boy.
Squeal for me. Squeal like a pig.
You're a good little piggy. Speaking of pigs, okay, so this was just a comical scenario, and I just really had wanted to post up a picture on what is that site? All Stars or some crap where you
World
post
Star?
stupid shit of your World Star with coworkers and bullshit. Man, okay. So I was prepping food, right?
Mhm.
And my boss at the time, I don't know what they were on, but they thought it was the best idea to throw someone that was 400 pounds, 330 pounds, and 280 pounds on the same line. I tell you what, I have never, ever seen so much elbow inside of a sandwich than I had ever done that day. I just sat there and I was watching. I'm like, okay, first of all, how are these people moving? And second of all, why is there more elbow in that sandwich than there is roast beef?
I was actually about to make
And
a joke about the roast beef.
And this customer was just standing there staring at these people, and they glanced at me, and I just looked down, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I might wash that sandwich if I were you.
Not with
Oh, dude,
water,
it
but
was-
with like alcohol or something.
Oh, it was hilarious. And then one of them started wanting to start dancing a little bit, and it was so tight quarters that both of them, the other two, both looked in the middle and went, "Don't you dare!"
Yeah, we definitely need a soundboard.
Yeah. Yeah, because while that first comment might not have been milkshakes, that one definitely was.
That one definitely would have been. Because as he was describing that, that's all I was thinking about.
Man, I'm telling you, that was bad. And then our delivery driver showed up, and they were also of a very heavy set. So they block all the doorways. I'm like, God damn, what happened to the windows? It's a bunch of fucking walls up in here now.
Thank God Fire Marshal didn't come around.
Oh my God.
The
I'm
towers are
telling you.
lit. Gondor calls for aid.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They were nice people, but holy shit. Like, man, there are just some things. There are some things you do not do at your line of work. Like throw 4 fat people together in a very small space. It's, if that would have been an elevator, I'm pretty sure that elevator would have sat there and went, "Oh, I can't lift this."
I mean, I get all that. You know, Chapel, Crash, and myself have all worked at 2 places, either together at separate times. We've come across some ungodly shit.
I would call it interesting.
No, I would
Okay,
call.
I'm sorry, but Shamu Goth shopping at 3:00 in the morning at Walmart.
Or-
Hey,
Or
go ahead.
Chapel
Go ahead, Crash.
meeting the love of his life, the drunk lady
Oh my
at the
God.
buggies.
To
Do you date? No, not you anyway.
Oh my god.
And who was no help? Me.
Yeah, no, you were not. You were in the back, laughing your ass off, watching everything fall apart around me.
Yeah,
Oh
me and
my
the door
God.
greeter.
Now,
She
that
goes,
being
I think she's
said,
drunk. I said, yeah, she drunk.
yeah, she really drunk.
But she
That-
likes crib or chapel.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Cause let's be honest, kid. Somebody, when we're going back to the what'd you call her? The
Drunk.
No,
Shamu goth girl.
Shamu Goth Girl?
The Shamu Goth?
Yeah. Shamu Goth
Shamu
Girl.
Goth.
Look, somebody had the
Yeah.
Free Willy. Okay?
Someone had the free willy.
And
No,
once
someone needed
once
to
it
put
was
Willy
free,
back
it
in the
needed to
cage.
eat.
No. Someone needed to put Willie back in the cage. Don't free Willie. Put that back under cover.
Hey, y'all remember I was stalked by two?
I do remember that. I
Yeah,
do.
they was waiting on me outside. I was like, I think I'll just go inside for about another hour.
Yeah. When you
Okay.
choose
Yeah.
to stay at work while you're off the clock.
I better do that
I
a
gotta
couple of times.
Why are you still here? Isn't it time for you to go home?
Look,
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
a
wanna talk
couple
about
of there's something outside waiting on me, and I'm not ready to go home. Got anything else for me to do?
No, I was already clocked out. Walked out the door, and where we was parking at, I'd just seen their car next to mine. I was like, you know what? I think I'll just hang out here and find somebody to talk to.
Which is funny because I could have swore that they were like parked next to your car and like one of them was like sitting on the trunk while the other one was like
No.
okay. That might
No,
have been a
they
different
did
situation.
come inside though when I was working inside, and found me where I was stocking the shelves at.
They were looking for you to come inside after they came inside.
It's like, no thanks.
They were definitely wanting him to come inside.
Yeah.
milkshakes bringing all the boys to the yard. Damn right. Oh hell.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think,
Then there's the greatest coworker of all. That was, I don't even know if he was one of mine, but I know he was one of your all's, and that was Short Bus.
oh God. Yeah. Short bus. Crash, I'm going to let you tell this story because you tell it the best.
That
Oh,
dude was
boy.
retarded.
I mean, he was.
That's why we called him Short
Yeah,
Bus.
he was.
I hear demonetization.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Welcome to our last episode, everybody. Pretty sure we said that last time.
This dude was so
We're-
dumb.
we're good.
He was driving down the road and showing the cop that he was wearing his seatbelt or wasn't wearing his seatbelt or something, and he had beer in the car.
Didn't he have weed in the car too?
Yes, weed and beer.
Oh yeah, on his lunch break. This took place on
Oh,
his
my
lunch
God.
break.
Because we only got a 20-minute, 30-minute lunch break.
Dear God.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he
There-
earned the
there's that.
nickname. And then the job we had, he had to pick an order. He asked somebody, he goes, hey, you going to help me when you get done? He goes, yeah, wait right here till I get back. And he waited there the whole time. Didn't pick a single case. And the other guy was just joking.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That,
A lot of
that and
productivity
two-
stuff. I was told to wait.
That and 2 + 2 = meth.
Yeah, he was also the same guy who said he could outpick me when I rode my ankle.
Well, he clearly needed the handicap.
Yeah, he didn't win.
Even with the handicap, there was no one that was out picking Crash.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
true.
hobbled along and picked my case.
Hobble, hobble, hobble. Hobble, hobble, hobble.
And the mandatory rate was 95%. So I do the 95. If you hit 100, you got a $10 gift card, which was nothing.
These,
And
these people wonder why no one wants to work for them.
the manager's like, you can hit 100. Why do you get a 95? I said, because that's all you asked for. And that's all I'm going to give.
You ask for 95, I give it 95.
Mhm.
Don't ask for 100.
God, could you imagine what my reaction would have been like if if I had the attitude then that I have now, like they would have been like, "Why didn't you pick, so much percent? You're not paying me enough to pick that. Sorry."
We all would have
Maybe
been
pick-
fired
Maybe pick the
versus
turds
then
out of my
and
butt
now.
crack.
Well, Chapel was close to getting fired, and he goes, "Is this what I think it is?" The manager or supervisor's like, "Yeah." He goes, "I voluntarily quit."
Yeah. Actually, I remember that situation. The supervisor goes, "I don't know, maybe," and I was like, "Yeah, I voluntarily quit."
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, that is what he said. He was like, "Yeah, that good call."
The thing about Short Bus, he was going to get fired, but they let him work the whole day before they fired him,
That seems so.
and he knew he was getting he knew he was getting fired to work today. I was like, "Dang, I would have left."
Well, I mean,
I
a
mean,
paycheck's still a paycheck.
yeah, if they're going to give you the whole day to if they're just going to fire you at the end of the day, I would have rode that clock. I would have,
You
been
would have
like,
been doing. Look, Chapel, you would
Productivity
have
would
been
have
doing
been
more
like-
than just riding the clock. You'd be humping the clock.
whoa. Inanimate objects are not in my forte.
Bull crap. My wall says otherwise.
What I do to disturb you is no one else's business.
I have no comment.
You,
Oh my
you gotta
God.
think the kid lived with him for quite a few
Look,
years.
I don't know who I feel bad for more, the kid or Chapel. Fine dining with angry rednecks, or the kid having to live with Chapel, because that
What
just had
evens
to have
out.
been a sticky situation. Knowing Chapel.
I knew what to touch and what not to touch.
See this corner right here? Don't put a black light near it. Don't go near it. Don't even think about touching it, or it's gonna
The wor-
scream.
The worst part about that with Chapel though would be, I don't know. I think everyone has at least seen it. Everyone's seen the movie Dodgeball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know
Sorry.
the redneck guy who pays that one guy to keep washing his truck. I woke up to Chapel looking like that.
I gotta look this up. Hold on now. Hold on. Y'all keep talking. I gotta look this up.
Getting there deep, boy.
Right.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
I don't think they mean teabagging either.
No. None of
Oh
that.
dear God. Oh my God. What the fuck?
Thanks, kid.
You're welcome.
That is permanently ingrained in my brain now. Chapel will never look at you the same. I mean, I already don't. But,
And the thing about staying at kid's house, nobody ever got a blanket.
fuck you.
Because they were
Well,
used
actually-
to block out the windows.
I mean, knowing Chapel, it was probably a good thing we didn't give him a blanket.
I'm feeling singled out and a little
Are you?
attacked here.
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm
Well,
sorry,
at least you got
buddy.
the couch. I got the recliner.
Yeah,
I
but
gave you my bed at least once.
yeah.
That was under a different circumstance
Now,
that we're not going to talk about.
we're not gonna
Big spoon.
we're not gonna go into a full spiel here, but I will say that sleeping in the kids' living room on the couch was enlightening. When I would wake up in the middle of the morning, and by middle I mean like 3 in the morning, to country, old country music being played. We're talking like young Dolly Parton music being played, and his sister just singing her sweet little heart out as loud as she could while
was
I'm
there,
trying to
maybe,
sleep.
buddy.
Yeah.
Good God.
She was making sure that you heard every note.
You were being serenaded back to sleep.
I was being serenaded into a nightmare, a waking nightmare.
Well, there's always some kind of entertainment going on at the kid's house.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
so much
hey,
entertainment that we had to execute what we call Plan B.
Mm-hmm.
oh
And
my
also
God.
when
And if
You're-
you weren't out the door and in the car when we executed, you were left behind.
I think
Oh,
we
God.
left chapel once.
More than once.
He's like,
Yeah,
where'd
we
they
got
go?
that. We got a few angry text messages and phone calls. Where did you fucking guys go? We said Plan B, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. And then they would
Are you
come
coming
back
back
and
to get me?
yeah, they would come back and be like, "Where'd he go?" Oh, he said he was going for a walk. He just walked out the door and left.
Man, speaking of stuff like that, okay, so when I was younger, I stayed at a hotel, right? And like that's where like me and my whole family were living. We were living in this hotel because my stepdad worked there, so his boss was like, "Yeah, it's fine. Like you guys can live here." And man, I tell you, you want to talk about uncomfortable. Imagine sitting there as a very young boy trying to eat hotel food cereal and a prostitute who is high off her mind walks up to you and goes, you's just a little cutie. Why don't you come back to my room with me? And I was like, no, can I just eat my cereal, please? I don't want to eat what you are offering.
This isn't going to sound good, but that sounds like a regular day in the life of someone who lived where the kid used to stay at.
Oh my God. Like, it was bad. And then, not only that, I mean, we want to talk about fucked up. Alright. So Chapel over there got to wake up to a serenade, right?
Uh-huh.
I got to wake up to hearing the wall of the bathroom of the same hotel I was in to my sister and her boyfriend. And all I
Really?
heard at the end of that was, we were playing patty cake. Bitch, no, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. Just,
Plain patty
can I
cake.
have my own room, please?
I wish I had the explain patty cake given to me.
I mean, I would just be like, "Bitch, does he look like Roger Rabbit?"
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
you've been given the story of fine dining with angry rednecks. That's not even the tip of the iceberg on that one.
Now, I kind of told him about, when your dad got that 4-wheel drive and he tried to climb the hill beside the house. Your mom goes, do not
Dumb shit
go out there.
that rednecks do with spare time.
Yeah.
There were
What-
fucking
what
YouTube
not to do
videos
with
of
the
that
four-
shit up.
Yeah.
Good God.
They was trying to get it unstuck with the Ford Escort and the chain kept breaking.
Yeah. There was another time.
I mean, growing up, one of the highlights of my life was watching my dad ride a 10-speed bike down the road while my 5-foot-something mother was chasing him like Michael Myers with a fucking butcher knife down the road, saying, "Get back here, you son of a bitch! I'm gonna kill you."
What's going
Just
on there?
another
No,
day.
nothing. It's just another day. It's Tuesday. This happens often. Fucking hell.
Like I said, entertainment. That's why we always hung out.
Yeah.
At the kids' house.
yeah.
Fuck, I'm about to go to the kid's house and just watch this shit. I'll brew some tea.
Everybody else's house is boring.
Everybody else's house is boring. Let's go to the kids.
Yeah, everyone else's house was boring and a little safer.
And a little safer.
A little safer, a lot safer.
Let's
Yeah.
since we're on the topic of the kid's dad, let's go to a particular incident where there was a storm that came through that town. And the kid's dad and I decided we were going to go help out, cleaning stuff up because the power was out.
That wasn't help to clean something up.
So, well, no, we cleaned we took out several trees that were laid across, and we're talking like huge trees laid across like 6-lane highways.
Okay.
But when we went to his cousin's house, and he told his other cousin who had a one of those trucks with like a bucket on it, and he told those people, "No, we're good. We don't need your help." I was like, "Oh, this is not going to end well," was my first thought. Then I saw the nearly knee-high deep water that had power lines in it. And I was like, I'm not stepping in that. I don't care if those power lines are off. I'm not stepping in that. That's a bad idea. And these people are going in there with chainsaws.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, they cleared it out. And then they went over to, because his family was kind of, they lived throughout this tiny town. So next door to this one cousin was that person's sibling. I can't remember if it was brother or sister or whatever. But the top of their tree was hanging over their home. Like, it was hanging on by like maybe half an inch of bark.
All right then.
So instead of the kid already knows where this is going. Instead of like going up and cutting the base and then, pulling the limb out of the way, no, he wraps a chain around the bottom of the hanging tree, attaches that chain to the back of his like 1985 Ford Ranger and floors it. It rips the thing off. It hits their seal, or it hits their roof, falls and hits their porch, and then tears everything off the porch, including the fencing. And he's out there like trying to do donuts with his truck while with this branch attached. And kid, I swear to God, this is what I said to his cousin. I looked over at him and I said, "Well, you did pick Jimmy to do this job." And I just walked away.
But you know what? I'm telling you, over here in the Midwest, we got some interesting stories, I guess. But you Southerners really do top the cake.
Do you think where do you think the line "watch this and hold my beer" came from?
Right, and when you're walking, you hear the sirens go whoop whoop, and you're like, "Oh no!"
Look, I like to try to give people the credit of the doubt. Okay, sure, you got some dumbasses, but not everyone can be that bad. And I'm just sitting here hearing y'all's stories.
They knew the kid's dad by name.
Yeah. The police officer pulls up, hits his siren, whoop whoop, and then calls the kids out, or the kid's dad's name. He's like, "Hey, da da da," and Crash and I both had the same thought. Oh God, we're going to jail.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no joke. We just out for a walk that day.
Yeah, we were thinking we're gonna have to bail. We're just gonna bail.
Yeah, and that day I told you all, don't go walking with Dad.
Oh my God.
We didn't listen.
Obviously.
Well, I mean, it was broad daylight in the middle of the day.
With what Ken said about the Midwest and everything else and giving everyone a benefit of the doubt, nowhere in the United States has anything on backwoods, redneck, and hillbilly. Because backwoods, redneck, and hillbilly will do some of the dumbest and stupidest shit ever and make it look cool as shit.
I mean,
And then been asked.
you got a
not
point
Or
there.
attempt to try.
County.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a point there. I remember it was, what was it? Okay, it was my 18th birthday. And my brother and I had the stupidest and amazingest idea ever. We took his grandma's Pontiac. It was this tiny little car, right? And he was like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab some beers. I'm like, whatever. And he comes back. I already done turned the car on and I started driving off. And he starts chasing me. He gets on his little bicycle and he stops in front of me. He did the whole I'm the law and he hiked up his pants. He was like, I need you to stop moving that car. I revved that thing. He just instantly looked at me and went, I swear to God, don't you do it. I hit that gas so fucking hard. He went over the hood, landed on it, held on to the top of the windshield, and we took that bitch right through a field.
I think that's that deserves an honorable claim of southernhood at that point.
I
I'm telling you.
I can give him the Southern card on that one because Dad and I got into a fight whenever I was like 12, and I jumped in his Toyota Celica and started the car up, took off. He dove on the hood and started to proceed to pound the windshield with his fist until I hit a light bulb.
That was similar to me, except it wasn't a light pole. I slammed on the brakes in the middle of this field, and I shit you not. You know, you see in the movies, you know that they have like these little wires on them to make them go flying. There were no wires attached to this one. He genuinely went like 8 feet from when I slammed on the brakes, and I just watched his face just shovel in the dirt. And I rolled down the window, and granted, the window was not automatic, so I had to crank this window down and turn down the music, which, by the way, was Black Betty playing in this Pontiac. And I poked my head out, and I went, "You all right?" And also I heard a grunt, I heard a spit, and I could have swore I heard, I don't know to this day, but I'm pretty sure I heard, when I get to you, I'm going to kill you. So I hit reverse real fucking fast. I started backing up in this field. And granted, cars are passing. All these cars are passing because it was like a state highway, okay? And people were slowing down and watching these two kids rolling around in a Pontiac while the tires were smoking. Just on premises alone, they were just smoking. And all they hear is Black Betty playing out of a Pontiac. Well, well, we're booking it.
Crash, Chapel.
Yeah.
I say we give it a vote. Does he get a Southern card or not?
I vote yes.
Me too.
It's unanimous. Welcome to the South, buddy.
Yeah, because me and the kid here was drifting around a light pole in Walmart's parking lot.
Yeah, we did that too.
In a Ford Focus of all things.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we was
Oh
jumping
my
hills
God.
in that car.
Hey, a Ford Focus, get it right, is a Ford Focus with green neon and a killer sound system.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the best part was out of that whole experience was the factor that after we were done fucking around, because then my brother decided it was his turn to drive and we weren't wearing seatbelts. So after about another hour of this, we pulled the car up back into the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And his grandma's home, mind you. And we realized it stunk so bad in this car because of all the burning rubber. And we lit one of them, them little scent scented trees that you can buy for your car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we set one of them on fire and used it like a smudge stick, just whirling it around in the car and threw it out. We get out, and his grandma comes walking right out of the house the second we shut that door. And his grandma goes, "Okay, kids, I want to go to the store. Let's get in the car." And we just looked at each other and we're like, "Oh, fuck, here we go."
Yeah.
All of a sudden, she gets in the car and she starts smelling around. She didn't even look at the tires. How she did not look at the grass, dirt, and smoke-filled tires is beyond us. But we sat in the back seat, and at first she went, "How come no one's sitting in the front seat?" We just shook our head. We went, "Nope, nope, we're good. We want to sit in the back today." And she sniffs around. She goes, "Y'all smoking weed in the car?" We went, "No, no. It was it was the pine tree, your little pine tree incense thingy. It wasn't working, and we thought if we took a lighter to it, it would make the scent better." And she goes, "Well, as long as it didn't start nothing on fire and nothing smoking, so all right, let's go." Turns on the car, and all of a sudden Black Betty starts blasting again in the car. We're like, "Oh shit, did we ever fucking turn it down?" No. She goes, "Oh, must have had the music too loud. Sorry, kids." Started driving off. We sat there the whole fucking time, sweating bullets, and we're like, "Holy shit, how are we not dead?"
Listen, these two did something similar to that. We were having a party, I believe it was a Halloween party, and these two decided to throw an aerosol can into a bonfire.
Yep, we done that. We know what happens.
That was a typical time at my house with a bonfire, okay? There was always an aerosol can involved.
Yeah, we also did that on another day when it wasn't a party.
Right.
Because I was up here in Cleveland hanging out with the Homac, and we was bored. And we're like, "Hey, we'll just ride down to the kids' house." And that's what we did.
Okay.
So when you set an axe can and you throw it into the fire, it gives you a warning before it blows up. It goes ding, and all three of us standing there going, "I think that was a dud." And
boom!
And to top it all off, after we blew up all the axe cans, we were like, "Hey, I wonder what happened if we get a big can of Lysol." So we put the fire out, go to Walmart, pick up the biggest can we could find, come back, spray it around a little bit, get the fire going real good, threw the whole can in there, and it was like a small plane hitting the side of the house with how loud it was. Mind you, this is at 3:00 in the morning in a small town.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And so
Oh man.
After it went boom, we're like, put the fire out and ran inside. And the kid's mother's like, "What was that noise?" And we're like,
Nothing.
"That was thunder."
That was thunder.
That was
I
thunder.
would love.
Nothing you
I
need
would
to
love
concern
to
yourself
say-
with.
She goes, "That
I
was
would
not
love
thunder."
to say that is the worst I have heard or done. Now, for this particular story, I will not be giving location, and I will not be specifying details. So, it was still at my brother's house.
Mm-hmm.
We played a little too many video games, and we thought we was going to be explosive demolition experts. We set up, oh God, what was it? There had to have been 7 propane tanks. And I don't mean the little ones. I mean the big ones. We set those up, acetylene tanks and everything. And we chained them all together, and we made a makeshift timer. The timer did not work. And thankfully, I'm going to say this now, thankfully, nobody got hurt, but it was just ironic timing. So a little while later on, we had forgotten about that said Fun Time Boomstick.
Yeah.
And it ended up being that my brother's family had to sell the property. and they're kind of forced to because they weren't financially well enough.
Yeah.
And so where we had this was behind the barn. Now at this point there were no animals or anything,
Mm-hmm.
but the owners had kicked them all out and was like, "All right, this is our property now. We're going to tear everything down."
Right.
I shit you not. So we were like just a few miles down the road from where they found a new home. And me and my brother are sitting outside having a beer.
Okay.
And all of a sudden we hear boom, and the whole ground shook. And we just sat there and we gauged where the sound sounded like it came from.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at my brother and I went, "Did you disassemble that bomb?" And he looks at me and just slowly puts his beard down. And he goes, "Oh fuck." We hop in the truck. We're booking it down the highway. We start slowing down. The barn was fucking gone, and it was just a fucking crater in the ground. And we went, "Okay, we're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep driving."
Yeah.
And he went,
Smart move.
"Is it?" And he was like, "Was anyone here?" And I went, "Now, granted, this was like a couple years after we built this thing, okay? After we dumbassedly hooked everything up together. Thankfully, like I said, no one was there, and nothing came about it. But I'll tell you what, that was the reason I'm telling this story is because it all started with us throwing Lysol cans in a fucking fire and video games. We thought it was the best thing in the world. And then we thought it would be a good idea to do that. I'm so glad to this day that thing did not go off while we were there. But goddamn, that was one hell of an explosion. That was amazing. And that is the story of the last of our stupid redneckism. We hadn't tried anything like that since. We kind of learned to stop doing that.
Well, we quit blowing stuff up and started taking road signs.
Jesus.
Yep.
Yep.
Fucking road signs. What are you, the fucking Pugsley from the Addams family? Here, I'm going to take this stop sign. See what happens.
Well, we took one that said stop dismount.
Yep.
God damn it.
And then the kid took one that said, what, all way from a 4-way stop?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Just that proud. Yep.
They was called walkabouts.
That they were.
And
Yeah.
Bull Crash and I, we went out for a little ride, and I had the bright idea of sticking a shirt over a stop sign.
Yeah, and he
along
left
with
it.
Crash, and then Crash and I got out of Chapel's vehicle, walked up to the stop sign, and we told Chapel, just go around somewhere, wait on us, come back. He just up and left us, and we fucking called him to come and pick us back up.
Yeah, because he's a car was coming, and all we heard was his little RAV4. Where I'm like, I think he left us.
He left us.
He left us. Where do we hide in case this is a cop?
Where do we hide?
Because there was nothing to hide behind. It was an open area.
Jesus.
I walked a train one time looking for hobos.
What? You know what? I can't even question that. I've done the same thing. I've absolutely done the same thing.
I was on the phone with my mom. She goes, "What are you gonna do if you meet one?" I said, "I got a taco I'm eating on right here."
I'm gonna share my taco with a hobo.
The countless times that we used to walk the local golf course collecting golf balls just to go back to my house and wait for the train to come by and slug them at the train.
Yep. Which was right next to the golf course. So we was hitting the golf balls back to the golf course.
Sir, you can't take those. That's stealing. No, it's not. Watch. Bing. Oh, goddamn. You got a birdie.
Well, we went one time and found a 5-gallon bucket in the woods, a golf club somebody slung in the woods,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
We filled the bucket up with golf balls, and the kids.
Took it back to my house.
Well, this was after we took a swing at the
Oh,
afterbirth.
at the illegitimate brother.
Yeah, and
Oh
he's
my
like,
God.
"Are you aiming at me?" No.
No.
If I was, I would have hit you.
Oh, see, Chapel told fine dining with angry rednecks to Ken, but he's not heard the best story about the illegitimate brother.
That we call afterbirth.
Actually, I have heard a few stories. Yeah, there's a lot of drive time that Chapel and I will do, and it is perfect for storytelling. But I'll let you tell me a story. I love this.
Okay, my illegitimate brother, because I don't want to claim him, because he is my actual half brother. He got in contact with us after so many years, and it's not really a sensitive subject with what went on between his father and my mother, but yeah.
Yeah,
Needless to say,
we'll leave that part out for the
yeah,
listeners.
we'll leave that we'll leave that for another day and another episode.
And the bad part is he shares mine and Chapel's real name.
Oh God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both of their names combined is his first and middle name.
Oh Jesus.
Chapel's
He shares my last name, but it's spelt differently.
Oh, he's just
all
got
three of
the
us are fucked.
trifecta of you three rednecks.
But he got in contact. He started coming around a little bit more, and my aunt had passed away. My obese aunt passed away due to kidney failure, and my mom was all distraught and everything else. And we finally, because we couldn't get her shipped back to where we lived from Ohio, so they gathered up the money, had her cremated, and had her ashes mailed to our house. Well, we had a memorial service after we got her ashes.
Mm-hmm.
So memorial service, funeral, whatever you want to call it. We're at this.
Oh
event.
my God, is this the one with the girlfriend? Brought the girlfriend?
He has his girlfriend who's supposed to not supposed to be his girlfriend. It's supposed to be some dude named Dylan. Dylan became, I don't remember her name.
Yeah, I don't either. Was that the same one that they got to leave with the other guy?
No, completely different one.
Okay.
So we're gonna call her D. We're gonna call her D just for shits and giggles here.
Okay.
Him and D were at the memorial service with all of us. My mom is still grieving, crying, so on and so forth. Chapel's there, Crash is there. The cousin was at one point in time dating Crash was there. Bunch of family, bunch of friends, everyone that knew my aunt basically was there.
Okay.
He had the bright idea of proposing to D at that memorial service.
Oh my God.
No, it gets better.
Then, after proposing to her, proceeded to come to me and my wife saying, "Hey, would you mind telling Mom the good news?" And I looked at him and said, "What good news are you talking about?" "Well, I just proposed to DS. You're a fucking dumbass." And I walked away. He went to Crash. "Hey, you want to tell Mom that I proposed to D?" Crash said what he said. He then went to Chapel. I can't get my brother, and I can't get Crash to do it. You want to do it? Do what? Tell Mom that I proposed to my girlfriend D. Chapel, what did you say?
See, asleep.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
I believe that those are the exact words I said.
Either way,
oh my God.
all three of us denied him telling my mother. My cousin who dated Crash denied. My wife denied. Even my father denied, which he's not really exactly my father, but he's my father.
Yeah.
He denied. Everyone denied. We all refused to tell Mom.
Because here's the thing. When his mom gets mad, her
She gets
eyes turn
mad.
solid black.
Yes.
And
so
we're just
we
like,
waited
oh,
and
no.
waited, and I don't know how to tell my mom. Crash don't want to tell my mom. Chapel don't want to tell my mom.
No, because we like breathing.
Yeah.
We get her back to
I
the
think
house,
that's what I
and
said to
finally, we break the news. Like, hey, we got something to tell you about dumbass. You just can't get mad. That didn't work.
No,
Yeah, no, it didn't work.
because Plan B
telling
come
her-
up real quick.
Listen, telling the kid's mom to not get mad is like telling any woman to calm down. It has the opposite effect. All right, guys.
But yeah, I think that's
go
what
ahead.
I said to him. I said, I think you want to tell her? No, I like breathing.
Yeah. We should.
She likes you. I said, I'm keeping it that way.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're
But
gonna
needless to say,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
needless to say, she finally got told, and it was not a pretty sight after that.
Yeah. No.
No, and then was the other girl after the proposal?
Oh yeah, the other girl was way after the proposal, and that's when he proceeded to catch an ass whipping from me.
Yeah, because they the parents set up his girlfriend with somebody else while he was still in the house.
Yeah. I don't blame him.
Oh, Chapel wasn't there for that,
Mm-mm.
was he?
Nope.
Yeah, she left with one dude.
Yeah. One dude that was not who she was supposed to be living with.
Exactly.
Oh, but you also know the dude too, Chapel, because you've seen him.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, I remember.
He's the big hefty boy.
Yeah.
Runs with no cut.
Yeah.
Well, guys, to all our viewers out there, this was about coworkers. However, I'm pretty sure those
That
three,
ship
the
sailed.
Southern boys, have been coworkers numerous times, and Chapel and I are coworkers now. So, hey, and in a way, isn't your family just another dumb fucking coworker sometimes?
Well, I mean, you have a work family, you have a home family. So
Like we said, it's always entertaining at the kid's house.
always.
We just need to start up a restaurant or something at the kids' house, just so we can get other people to come by.
We'll give you the full fine dining with angry rednecks experience.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
just
if
don't
you
blame-
if you
just
ever
don't-
meet them,
Just don't blame me if you leave crying.
From laughter or sadness?
Both.
Either.
Both is a valid choice. There is no wrong answer here.
but yeah, if you ever meet them, just be prepared.
Fair enough.
Fine
Because-
dining with angry rednecks can only prepare you so much. The stories from us can only prepare you so much. That is nowhere near the full gravity of my family.
No,
We're
we
gonna
got
make-
much more.
We're going to make a movie, and it's going to be called The Kids' House, The Experience.
in 3D.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for listening. We've had a wonderful time talking and reminiscing. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
See ya.
Later.